The construction workers are here. Come in, construction workers. Oh, do come in.
Howdy doodle 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 do. Howdy doodle 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 do.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Todo bien.
We're here on day one of a construction project that has been a very long time coming. Some of the things that we were going to have done, we had planned on doing almost 2 years ago, but then COVID came and changed all of the plans, and we had to wait, and so we're back on track now. Of course, the dogs don't particularly like The big project, though, is that we're going to tear down the hoop house and replace it with a greenhouse. And I'll explain to you why we're doing that and kind of what's involved in a little while. But it's a very exciting day one for us. The guys are here. They're unloading the materials that they're going to need. One of the major differences between doing construction in Nicaragua and North America, for example, is that here in Nicaragua, the client typically buys all of the construction materials. The construction guy will give a list of the things that he needs, and then it's our responsibility to go out and negotiate the cost of the materials with various providers until we find people that we like and what have you. That winds up saving us quite a bit of money because in Nicaragua, everything is negotiable. So they'll always give you a price at the beginning, but you can usually negotiate a better price. So if you allow the construction guy to do that, then he gets the benefit of the negotiated price. Whereas if you do it yourself, then you derive the benefit of the negotiated price. And so the materials are cheaper in the long run. We're here in front of the hoop house, which, as you can see, is being taken down. Because we're moving to a different situation in which we're going to build a greenhouse here instead of having a hoop house. When we first moved here, I was very enamored with the idea of aquaponics. It was such a cool concept where you had fish, waste was being used to fertilize plants, and it was a closed system, and it was just perfect. It was the most perfect thing I'd ever seen. And so I wanted to have an aquaponics. So we built the hoop house as a way to house our aquaponics setup. And we did that for, I don't know, a year and a half or so until I kind of realized electrical rates here in Nicaragua skyrocketed. We have the highest electrical rates of all of Central America, which it kind of put a damper on those activities. Plus, we had a very, very difficult time trying to source fish for the system. Fish, in other words, that we could raise and eat and what have you. So that was another big challenge. Although we did use the system for quite a while, putting inputs that would serve for the fish waste. So we kind of had like not really an aquaponics system, more like a hydroponic system for a while. And then I suddenly came to the idea that I said, wow, this system is really, really ideal for someone who doesn't have a lot of space. Aquaponics is perfect for that. If you don't have a lot of space, you have a small yard or what have you. We have 8.5 acres here. And I asked myself, I said, what are we doing? We have 8.5 acres. And we're using this system that really is designed for something much smaller. And so over time, we decided to abandon the aquaponic setup, and we switched the grow beds over into wicking beds, which I'll talk about that in another video. That's another very interesting concept. But now we've decided we want to have a greenhouse here. So we're taking down this whole hoop house I built by myself. It came off the internet. I found out you could use PVC to build a hoop house, and so I wanted to do it. And it's not as structurally sound as one that I could have bought off, but for the kind of winds that we have here, it has a certain give and take that has been very advantageous for the system, and it's lasted 5-6 years. So it served its usefulness. We're happy with what we got out of it, but now we're moving to something else. So these guys are taking it down, and we'll be filming the building of the greenhouse and some other videos. So I guess I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you in the next video.